Good morning. Welcome to a brand new day and a brand new week in the month of June. It's the conversation on TOS Television Network. And of course, we're reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. It's been such an intense weekend here in Nigeria. And I hope things begin to ease up slowly this week. My name is Adesi Welsui.
And my name is Merciful Ajinomo. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. And good morning to you, Adesi.
Good morning, Merciful. How was the weekend for you?
Just like you said, things have pretty much been intense, one news or the other, but we're still hopeful. That's why we're here in the morning, and you're looking beautiful as ever.
Thank you very much, and you're looking sharp as always.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, we'll bring you the quote of the day, and of course after that we'll be bringing you stories and developments from across the African continent.
At the first sign of pain, you need a solution that you can trust to provide effective relief and is gentle on the stomach. Try Panadol Caplets for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Caplets. This has been Medifact for Panadol.
All right, let's dive into some of the stories that we have here for you. Starting from, South Sudan, where the United Nation or the United Mission in South Sudan on Thursday has said it is firmly committed to supporting the peace process for the democratic elections slated to be held in 2023. According to Nicholas Haysom, the special representative of the Secretary General and the head of UN Mission, the Security Council directed UN Mission to advance a 3-year strategic vision to prevent a return to civil war, to build durable peace at the local and national levels, and to support inclusive and accountable governance and free and fair peaceful elections. Sounds like somewhat what we're actually expecting and looking forward to here in Nigeria.
That's the prayer.
Replica.
That's a prayer we were actually seeking. Like, we get to a point where there's free, fair, credible elections, transparent and accountable. That's
and then prevent a return to civil war, because that has been on the list of everyone at this point.
True,
so I think that's what we're looking forward to here in Nigeria.
Definitely. Still talking developments across Africa. According to a report by the World Bank and COMAD, diaspora remittances to sub-Saharan Africa declined to $42 billion in 2020 from $48 billion in 2019, a 12.5% drop in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. The decline, according to the report, was mainly caused by movement restrictions introduced in most countries around the world and a rise in unemployment in the major host countries.
All right, talking about, development still, Spain is planning to reopen its embassy in Libya to actually, aid development. 7 years after the closure of Spain's embassy in Tripoli, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, on a visit to Tripoli on Thursday, disclosed that the two sides will be reopening Spain's embassy in Libya's capital. Sanchez disclosed this at a press conference in Tripoli during his visit.
And over to Mali, where France has suspended its joint military operations with Mali forces on Thursday over the second coup that led to the resignation of interim President Baoundou and Prime Minister Moktawane last week. It is the second coup the West African nation has seen in just 9 months.
I hope Mali, conquers its unrest. I think they've been in the news back to back in the last 1 week. And I just hope there's, a calm in Mali, at this point. Okay, with that, we'll bring you COVID-19 update from across Africa. And after that, we'll be bringing you newspaper headlines for this morning.
North to South Africa, east to West Africa. TOS TV Network is your digital-first Pan-African news network, bringing you news from across the continent. Visit our website www.tostvnetwork.com and follow us on social media at TOS TV Network on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Watch us on television, channel 138 on TSTV Africa.
Thank you for staying tuned to The Conversation, showing on your digital first Pan-African news network. It's that time where I remind you that you can be a part of our social media community by following us across all our social media platforms at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube platform, please do so. And you can live stream the program on our website, www.tostvnetwork.com. It's The Conversation, and this is the segment where we'll bring you some topics from some of our national dailies for this morning. And we'll begin with Daily Trust newspaper from the very top. 19 killed in Kaduna, Bauchi road crashes. That can be found on page 6. And the very conspicuous headline there is terrorism financing. 180 BDC operators pay 900 million naira penalties to CBN. We have a couple of others on in the story, and just beside the picture of the day there, we see the first headline there is Nigeria afflicted with clueless, visionless leaders. That's coming from Joga, and that can be found on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper.
Moving away from the Daily Trust to the Daily Times newspaper this morning, starting from a very sad news on the top right there. World mourns cleric philanthropist TB Joshua. That's on page 5 on the Daily Times. And then on the very gaping headline, that's the banner headline on the Daily Times this morning. Constitution review gulps 5 billion naira. That's on page 2. On arms and ammunition, Nigeria spent 73.7 billion naira importing arms ammunition in 3 months. On insecurity, again, suspected headsmen attack a Gongo in Oyo, kill scores, burn palace, vehicles, and others. And on economy, Nexim partners Afrexim Bank in $50 million deal, others to boost projects, SMEs. All of that are, on the Daily Times newspaper this morning.
I will move over to the Nigerian News Direct. The very conspicuous banner headline there is Nigeria to lose 65.3 billion naira on Twitter ban in 30 days. And we can get out on page 2. We have 2 writers, and I'm going to read that out to you just now. Federal government should worry about collateral damage to businesses. That's coming from LCC. And the second is national interest outweighs economic implications. That's coming from the outcome president, and all of that can be found on page 2 of the Nigerian News Direct newspaper.
Away from the Nigerian News Direct to the last newspaper we're going to be looking at this one, the Business Day newspaper. The banner headline there says, FX trade doubles as Nigeria's central bank restores market transparency. The rider under that story, authorized dealers commence trading, reporting of FX transaction on FMDX system. How Nigeria's 1999 constitution is stifling economy. You can read up on that on page 4 of the Business Day newspaper. There are other headlines on the Business Day newspaper this morning. Just get yourself a copy so you're fully abreast with the news inside.
Yeah, that's the much you can take on the newspaper headline segment of the show this morning. Don't forget, you can always stay updated. Grab yourself a copy or go online and read about the news stories on these newspapers. That we've come to the end of the newspaper headline segment of the show this morning. We'll go on a break now. When we return, we will be taking you through what is trending on social media. To stay.
Always remember,
Tim and I at Creative Design we really like but
you deserve a break. You can indulge in a cup of 3-in-1 Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Indulge. Now available in the 450 grams pouch.
Welcome back to the conversation. And of course, it's about that time we're going to take you through what is trending, or what has been trending on social media. And I think everyone in Nigeria right now can actually guess, the topic or, the issue that has been on the top of the trend table in the last 24 hours. But before we get into all of that, you should follow TOS TV Network across all social media platforms. That's TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, subscribe to TOS TV Network on YouTube. You can also stream the conversation and every other program we have on www.tostvnetwork.com. Back to what has been trending on social media in the last 24 hours. I dare to say 48 hours even. So Nigeria belongs to us. That hashtag has been trending on social media in the last 24 hours, and that's an offshoot of, the Twitter ban in Nigeria. So the Nigerian government actually banned Twitter, and the Attorney General's pronouncement that Twitter users be prosecuted for accessing, Twitter, for accessing the app despite the ban. So I'm just going to read out a few tweets to that regard for you. Quite a number of them are from celebrities, actually. So this is from Banky W, and it says, I am a Nigerian, and my government has made it illegal for me to exercise freedom of speech. They are threatening to prosecute any of us that still use Twitter. How many of us can they arrest? We won't let them destroy our democracy. Hashtag Nigeria belong to us. Retweet, please. And at Samuel Mba says, I just wish Nigeria can split into two parts, the southern Nigeria and the northern Nigeria. A united south is the best. Image Yoruba and Igbo in one country. Without these Fulanis, imagine the progress that we Igbos and Yorubas can pull off together. Hashtag Nigeria belong to us. This is from Stella Damasos, and she says, the state of the economy is in shambles. People are being killed. There are no jobs. Food is expensive. No electricity. The education system is a joke. Yet we'll find a way to survive. And you still want to silence the voice of the people. Rubbish. Hashtag keep it on. Hashtag Nigeria belongs to us. The last is from Ayemujiba, and then she says, the future belongs to the man doing it right, not the man doing it quick, not the tribe grabbing things that do not belong to them. Sorosuke generation. Hashtag Nigeria belong to us. Hashtag keep it on. So I'm going to direct my question at Merciful. I know Merciful is an ardent Twitter user. I know you spend a lot of time on Twitter. And then, so how's it been since, the ban on Twitter happened? I think it's been 2 days now.
You see that it is sad. Yeah? We had the newspaper review segment, newspaper headline review segment of the show, and we saw a headline that says Nigeria is losing money in millions.
Yes, exactly.
So that is enough. That is enough grounds to say that this is the wrong move.
Yes, but I think the Nigerian government also said the economy, or the state of the economy, I can't remember the country, you put the country first. So maybe security or whatever is more important than the economy itself.
So now you tell me, how does Twitter, of course, information is power, people can misuse information, we can share and everything, but Twitter is just a social media platform.
Yes, I think I heard, I saw a video where Adamu Garba said Twitter is an insurrectionist platform, and it's like it raises insurrection against the Nigerian government, and it has no business being in Nigeria, so take it down. And it's funny because he decided to come up with his own app and says, oh, okay, so we're done with
everybody
Twitter.
should now subscribe to this app,
by us, and then we should use that. Wait, you're trying to silence the voice of the people, but you want them to move to your app so you can what? Coerce them, and you just have, I think, basically, the freedom of speech in Nigeria has been freedom of speech, freedom of expression is being infringed on day in, day out, and we keep seeing it play out with all of this. That is my personal opinion.
This happened in one African country. I think it was a few months back, where it was close to the elections, and we're talking about it. Nigeria also as a country was talking about it, that this cannot happen. In an era where we're talking about freedom of speech, freedom of expression, people should be allowed to air their voices, regardless of what is happening. It's a platform. But now we're doing this in the 21st century. And I tell you, like we're always talking about priorities, misplaced priorities. This, in my opinion, is one of them.
Yes, because
we're talking about insecurity in the country, right? We have places that are being attacked. Just over the weekend, people were crying. We had an attack in Ungungun, or what the village is called. And I'm like, but it's Twitter that we're banning. That's what's making
the thing. And it's just sad, aside from the, people losing, because I know lots of people that do businesses on Twitter, lots of young people. I think that people will just sit in their houses and then make money off of social media. Twitter being like the highest, I think that's why they say in 1 month we're going to lose over 60 billion naira. But there are also other people who, I think, talking about the issue of insecurity, I've seen cases where people were kidnapped, somebody went missing, and then they posted it on Twitter, and in less than 24 hours, the person was found. Nigerians are very active on Twitter, and they use that platform to do a lot of good. And I think the good actually does outweigh, all of the personalized issue and all of that. I just think the government of Nigeria should just look at that and maybe just have a rethink. And then if there's a way that maybe they can regulate. I think they've been regulating it in the past with people monitoring people's comments and all of that stuff. They can keep doing that and just, leave Nigerians to keep using the platform.
Right.
Keep it on. I think I fully support keep it on. All right, that's it for what's trending on social media this morning. We'll go on a break now. When we come back, of course, we'll be bringing you the big story.
You won't go shake your body. Instead, they make it calm down. Eat a farm say sabi. You want to grow 6 packs in a day. I beg you not to pass your power. You want to show yourself,
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back to the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, 2S Television. It is the big story, the crux of the conversation. And just before I do so, don't forget you can always follow us across all our social media platforms and also live stream the program on your website. Our website, rather, www.tostvnetwork.com. It's the big story, and this morning we're talking about Twitter ban and the clampdown on users in Nigeria, the legal perspective. And we focus on the ban on Twitter by the Nigerian government, the pronouncement calling for the prosecution of Twitter users in Nigeria, and the legality of such decisions under the law. Joining us on this show via the telephone is Barrister Ezekiel Ugochukwu, a legal practitioner. You're welcome to the show this morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
Thank you.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. I'm great.
First of all, does the government have the right to ban social media platforms used by Nigerians to express their opinions?
Absolutely. The government do not have any right to ban Twitter as a platform. Just like your television station refusing me access to discuss or access to your platform, and because of that, I will decide to ban all other person access to your television station.
So basically, that's some level of infringement of the right of the citizens.
It is an infringement on the rights of Nigerians to receive and impart information, a right that is guaranteed in Chapter 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Those appear that it is clear now that it is a fully fledged dictatorship by the federal government of Nigeria.
Okay.
Led by Major General Buhari.
Okay, so the government has further gone on to say, look, anyone who's caught using Twitter after the ban...
Under which law are we talking about? Do we have a law? Do we have a law that bans Twitter in Nigeria? Go and look at Section 36, verse 2, Section 36
Go on.
of the Nigerian Constitution. Can anybody be prosecuted for an offense that is not fully inscribed in a written law? Subsection 12 or section 36 of 1999 Constitution clearly states that for anybody to be charged for any offense, that offense must be clearly written. What are we talking about?
So,
What are we talking about? Is this a country or what?
Are you saying that the pronouncement by the Attorney General that it is illegal?
It's very clownish. It's very clownish.
Okay. Okay. So where do we go from here? They've already said anyone caught using Twitter should be prosecuted. The ban is already being implemented. How do we chart a way forward? Where do we go from here?
We are going to court.
Nigeria can actually take them to court on this one.
We are going to court. We are already preparing.
But if it is the Attorney General that is saying exactly, if it is the Attorney General that is saying that anyone caught,
Attorney General, you have you followed the Attorney General and his statements and misstatements? You will find out that we have a crown as an Attorney General.
So is this not going to have some sort of clampdown on the judicial process of having, to take all of this to court? If it is the Attorney General himself that is saying that Nigerians should be prosecuted for using this platform, is there not going to be some sort of disparity in justice?
Don't forget that I said earlier that this is a dictatorship. We know they are bearing their fangs. We know what's the level of power that they wield, and we all know what will come. So many people will go to prison. However, we will fight this.
At what expense, really? I think that's the question that is on my mind.
We are going to fight within the ambits of the law.
So you said so many people will go to prison. This is innocent Nigerians, people who are at the end of all of this process. So what is at stake really? Like what is at stake? How will they get people? How will they punish them? Right? Because if a pronouncement is coming from the Attorney General of the Federation, that means it stands.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
That's not correct. The Attorney General is just a minister in the cabinet of the president. He is not the court. He is not the law.
So, in the event that all of these issues go to court and it still stands and people are being imprisoned, what do we expect?
No, there is no court of law that is going to, that we say that somebody that uses his phone to tweet. It's criminal. There's no court of law that will do that.
No. I think what they're saying is if the government has said don't do this and you're doing that, then it makes it criminal. It makes it illegal.
It's a criminal
so
offense.
You can be prosecuted.
There are procedures for in government action. There are procedures for criminalizing every act of any citizen, and that procedure is you must go to the National Assembly. You pass a law to be assented by the president, saying if you do this, if you do A, B, C, D, you have committed an offense. It does not lie in the mouth of the Attorney General to criminalize an act. So it is just like Adeswa. It's just like Adeswa saying, "This is I don't like this. Don't come through through this door. And if you go through this door, I am going to send you to prison." The fact that it comes from the Attorney General does not make it an offense. Okay. It is not an offense.
Okay. All right. So in one word, Nigerians can actually take this up in court and hope for fair judgment.
That is if we have any court available.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you very much,
Thank
madam.
you very
Thank
much.
you.
And thank you guys for sticking with us on the conversation this morning. We'll come back, with the conversation tomorrow. But before then, follow TOS TV Network across all social media platforms. That's TOS TV Network on Facebook, Instagram, and I hope I can say Twitter at this point. And of course, you have subscribed to TOS TV Network on YouTube so you do not miss out on anything. And of course, stream the conversation and other programs on www.tostvrnetwork.com. My name is Adesua Osuyi.
And my name is Merciful Ajinomo. Thank you so much for watching and have an amazing week ahead.